So in my recent video of the bourbon barbecue chicken, I sauteed my onions kind of on the bottom of my crock pot in bourbon. And those onions tasted so nice and sweet and a hint of bourbon. So I thought I would try just doing a whole load of caramelized onions with bourbon. So it's real simple, and we'll see how it comes out. I got 6 pounds of onions that I've chopped here, or sliced here. I'll put those in my crock pot. Now I have a bottle of Jim Beam bourbon, and I think I'm going to put that's 1 cup right there. We'll start it off with a cup, and later into this cooking I might need to top that up. So all I've done is put those the 6 pounds of sliced onions in my crock pot, put a cup of bourbon in that, and we're going to put it on low, and I'll see you in 8 hours or so and decide whether or not we need to do some more bourbon. See you then. Okay, here we go. So what I did was I started this yesterday on low for at about 3 o'clock in the evening, early afternoon, and cooked it. At bedtime I gave it a good stir, then let it cook overnight, and at 5 o'clock in the morning I came in and put it on warm. Now, so that is about 14 hours of cooking, and these came out looking delicious. Like I say, I put these on warm for the day while I had to go to work. And check these out. Those look delicious, and I can assure you they taste delicious. But let's get a tray. Okay, so I need to try and figure out how to cut this in, because we showed you how I prepared my bourbon caramelized onions in the crock pot, and we ran a tray through the freeze dryer, and it came out really good. And let me show you a cut here. I'll cut in here and show you what it looked like in the tray. And there we have my caramelized onions with a little bit of bourbon in them. And you can see they came out looking pretty good, nice and crispy. And just let me cut in a taste test so you can see how well they tasted. Let's do a taste test on that. They came out lovely and light, as you can see. Check that out. Oh man. Oh gosh, that's like eating candy. I tell you what, you have some of these. Oh man. You'll never go back to a Funyun, let me tell you that. Those are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God. That's like eating candy. So, I had leftover, so I popped those. These were in the freezer, and I had leftover, and those just came out so well that I want to change course on this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make some onion balls with those caramelized onions, because they just came out so well, tasting like candy. So what I've got here, these are, I pulled these out of the freezer this afternoon. They're kind of a little bit frosty, but they should blend up all right. I'm going to put these in my blender. This is my leftover of the 6 pounds of onions I chopped up. And we freeze dried about 2.5 pounds on a tray. Came out beautiful. And this is what I had left over. So we're going to try and make a juice out of this. Let me pulse this a little bit. Alright. I think I'll just put it back in here to work from that. Now, I didn't add any water to this because I like the consistency of those onions that we did in the tray. So let me talk about these molds real quick. These molds I bought off of Amazon, and they come in a big sheet like that. That's too big for my freezer. So I cut those down the center. You might have seen these already in the my Jello balls, freeze-dried Jello balls. These are the same molds. So I cut those in half, just because they're a lot easier to manage in my freezer. So what I want to do here is just put this pureed caramelized onions and fill these molds up. And hope for the best. Hope they come out as nice as the freeze-dried ones. Alright, that's one try. Just give it a little tap, get everything settled down in there. I'll transfer those to the freezer, and it looks like alright, there you go. So I got one of these half trays, and then another little bit of the other half. So we'll get these frozen solid into the freezer. Okay, so these have been in the freezer overnight. I thought I'd just show you how we pop these out of the molds, because they can be a little bit difficult, but they're frozen solid, so you just grab them from underneath and pop them out. There you go. That's a little bit better. You don't want them rolling off everywhere either, so you gotta kind of be careful. Okay, and there you have it. There's my test load of caramelized onion balls. Let's see what they came out like. Really nice and airy. Let's see what they taste like. Oh my gosh, John. You are a genius. Those came out beautiful. Exactly the texture I was looking for. Let me see if I can demonstrate that for you. There's a cheese ball, onion ball. Look at that. See how they crumble up so easily? Melt in your mouth. My God. You've got to try these. Sweet onion balls. I could sit here and eat all those. But I'm not going to, because I have an idea that I'm going to do with these. So I'm wondering, you don't really taste the bourbon in that. And I wouldn't expect you to taste too much because I only put a cup in. The heating process, the cooking process would have cooked all the alcohol off. Then the freeze drying process would have evaporated any remaining alcohol that was in there. But I think by adding the bourbon, that might have made my onions a lot sweeter, because I've done these caramelized onions before in the crock pot, and there's a video on, I got a video on those, which I kind of finished off in a skillet after they were cooked to thin them out. But these cooked for, I think it was 14 hours, maybe that's one thing. And the bourbon might have made them a lot sweeter, because, man, it's like eating candy. I just can't describe it. That beautiful, beautiful, beautiful caramelized sweet onion taste in a ball. Mmm. That melts in your mouth. Oh my gosh, those are so good. And because they're so soft, like a cheese puff, because they're so soft, they don't suck the moisture out of your mouth, you know, being so dry. They're perfect. They're really perfect, and you've really got to try those. I can't give it high enough of a grade. They're just delicious and so easy to make. So, if you try them, leave a comment and also share my video, please, so other people can find out about it, and you will not be disappointed. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.